Hello everyone, welcome to Fun Fold Friday. I finally got another video. I'm back in town. I'm getting back on track, and I apologize for not having a video for you last week. I think it's the first time I've ever missed a workshop Wednesday and a Fun Fold Friday video. But I did have my brother and sister-in-law come in town because we had a wedding that was a 3-day event, and there was just no way I could do everything, but I'm back. So today's Fun Fold card is, I don't know what to call it. A double card, a double flap. What do you think? There's like this card, and then of course the big card, and then we got some double flaps. So, and I tucked my little card behind these flowers. So let's get started. We are using the lovely and beautiful designer series paper. And as you can see, I really don't have that much left. And I've pulled out the patterns that I'm gonna use. Now, I don't know what you guys do with all your scraps, but if I keep putting them in this packet, they get all tangled up. So I got these little envelopes at scrapbook.com where I get my 12 by 12 ones, and I keep them in there. And I'm actually going to be doing some projects with scraps. I have so many scraps that I need to start using. So I'm going to show you, well, just stay tuned and look for some projects with scraps. And we are using the Lovely Arrangements bundle, another one of my favorites. I have the stuff pulled out for that as well. So let's get started with our card stock. Oh, wait. I forgot my tutorial here. So, you know, if you join my email, you'll get this tutorial. Or, well, it's got the products that I use with, I always have my shopping link and the QR code so you could shop in my online store. I appreciate you shopping in my online store. I'm trying to set some, well, I've set some goals, so I'm trying to hit them by sales. But here are the measurements. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, go ahead and take a screenshot now so that you can, otherwise if you're on my email list, you're going to get this today. I am a little bit behind on that, as like I said, I'm playing a bunch of catch up right now. And let's cut, our piece is going to be 9 3/4. So 9 3/4 by 5.5. Sorry, I got that raspiness in my throat again. And we're gonna score this at 1 1/4. 1 1/4, and then 5 1/2. And this is gonna be our card base. So it's gonna fold this way. And then now we need a piece. Let's see, is this 3? It is. We have leftover 3 by 6 from what we cut off. And then we're going to score this at 3. This is our mini card. And then I am going to cut the designer series paper that we need. Let's get our measurements so you guys could see them. So, okay, let's go by that. And I had to find scraps of this to create this card. That pattern, I guess I've used quite a bit of it. So we're gonna do the front layer. So it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So let's go 5 3/8, 2 notches before the half. 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So that's going to be our front layer. And then we need 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, which is this one, small floral pattern. So I'm gonna go 2 7/8, 2 notches before the 3, and we need 2 of these, 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 and 2 7/8. So we need those 2 pieces, and then 1 1/8 by 5 3/8. So let's go 1 1/8, and we're gonna need 2 of these, 1 1/8, and that's just because we're covering up where we adhere some of the stuff. So 1 1/8 by 5 3/8, correct? 1 1/8, yep, by 5 3/8. Again, 2 of these, 5 3/8. Oops, I think my paper moved on me. All right, so we got those 2. Now 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, the large floral pattern again. And where is that piece that I have? I grabbed a couple because these were my scraps. The 2 7/8, so hopefully this is like 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. So yes, this piece will work. 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and this is the front of our mini card. So that large floral, and then we need 4 1/8 basic white cardstock for the inside. But I have my stamping piece, and I will do that. Well, actually, this is my stamping piece. So 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, correct? Now you know me, I like that little 1/8 inch border. You could switch all of these to the 1/4 inch border if you would like. So this is our inside. So I believe we have everything cut. We have our we have everything cut. So we can move this out of the way, and I'm gonna put this here in case you guys still need those measurements. And for our stamping, I have this is 5 by 7.5. Let me get all these scraps out of the way here. I have a lot of scraps. And these are all of our pieces, but we're gonna do our stamping. Well, how about we'll do all our stamping and then we'll do assembling. So we are going to stamp, shoot, I didn't count how many flowers we need. So we're gonna do, okay, let's do our Calypso Coral. And we're gonna need 2 of the large flowers. We'll call these large. So 1, 2, and then I think we just need 1/2 one of the coral. And then we're going to clean our stamps. My chamois, actually, I think I need to go re-wet this chamois because I haven't used it in a bit. Okay, and then we're gonna need 2 sets of leaves, and then 2 Highland Heather, fresh freesia of the small flower. So let's do 2 of those. Fresh freesia is a very light color. You could probably do these in Highland Heather or even Gorgeous Grape if you wanted them to be more pronounced, but these are a light color, and that's kind of why I only did 2 of those. So we're gonna do 2 sets of leaves, 1. And you know, if you wanted to make them lighter, you could stamp off first, like so. Let me just show you an example. That would be lighter. And then we are going to do Sending Smiles in this as well. Let's hope this is gonna cut. If not, look, I'm gonna do it over here. just in case. Since I stamped that, that took up that place. And I believe that is all our stamping. Let's get out of the way. Let's do some die cutting. And then we can assemble this whole fun fold card. Because I'm going to have to run this through several times since I only have one die for the leaves, one die for the large flower, one die for the small flowers. And let's see. Oh my goodness, did I get that right the first time? No, I did not. I knew it was too good to be true. That's not right. Or maybe I did have it right. No? Oh my word, Lisa. There we go. I think I did it. I think I did have it right the first time. I just didn't have it lined up correctly. Put that one. Let's do this small one. Oops, I got some other paper. And then let's see if this is gonna work. That one looks like it'll work. It's just, it wants to move on me, so let me grab some more tape. And we will put that one there. Okay, so let's cut all these pieces. So do you have this bundle? This bundle came out a while ago, but I continue to use it. I love this one. Actually, the wedding we just went to, I made a wedding card with it. So since I have this out, we're gonna go ahead and cut another one, just since I stamped it and it's there. And let's do our leaf. And here's a tip. See right there how you see the, can you see the old olive ink in there? If you see the old olive ink in there, you know you're lined up. If you don't see it, you're missing it. Does that make sense? And this one. And then I think, can I cut this one? Why didn't I leave that the way it goes? It's got to be this way. And I'm on the tail end of the platform. So let's hope this cuts. Like, okay, I moved it a little bit because I stuck that first one. Put this one in, and then it just kind of took up the space and I didn't pay attention. Okay, I'm gonna cut this. Hold on. Okay, we don't need that anymore. We don't need that anymore. We just need this one last flower. But I'm going to cut that set of leaves again since I have it. And then you could decide, do you want it stamped off or not? And I might not have the whole thing on there. But, okay. Don't need that. We don't need that. And we should be done with our die cutting. And now comes the fun part. We're gonna assemble it all. Okay, so let me see if I can remember how to do all this. Well, let's go ahead and, of course, I remember how to do it. We are going to, uh-oh, my glue kind of started to dry out because I left the lid off. As I say, now I hope I don't get a big old blob once it. So this is our basic white that we're gonna put on the inside. And so we're gonna glue our mini card on this flap. I didn't even burnish my lines, did I? So this one, you just kind of want to put it in the center, but it's going to go right like so. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue, because we know this glue goes a long way. A little glue goes a long way. Put it towards the edge. Hold that there for a minute. And then we are going to glue this piece here. I mean, look at this beautiful gold on the back. You could use that pattern too if you wanted to. It's your card. You make it the way you want. We're gonna put that one right there. We're gonna put one of these right over it. I think this is the 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 piece. And that is gonna go right like so. And then we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're gonna put, this is the 1 inch by 5 3/8. And we're gonna put that right there. This paper is gorgeous, isn't it? I just love the colors. It's kind of like springish, but it's pretty for any time. So there is kind of our mini card, so to speak. And we're gonna put this large pattern here. But should we go that way? Yeah, let's go that way. This is the front of the mini, which just flipped over. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn this all the way this way so we could put our other piece on the front. Did I cut that right? I did. Like I said, I like that little 1/8 inch border. And right like so. So then again, this is gonna fold. This will go in here and this will come over here. So I'm gonna use just one of my little handy dandy clothespins so that we can assemble our flowers. So again, this goes in like this and like this. Actually, before I do that, I guess we could put our things on the inside, our flowers on the inside. Okay, so we need this, 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 and this for the inside. Got some glue stuck on my finger, so it is, there's pieces are sticking to me. So dimensionals, we're gonna add these sending smiles. And I'm gonna put this more towards the center other than I did on my original. My things were kind of messing up on me. Okay, where's our leaves? We're gonna put our leaves. So I just set my leaves like so. Then our flowers. See, once you get all this die cutting, it comes so easy to go together. I'm not sure why I put talking to myself, I'm not sure why I put 3 dimensionals on my fingers. So there's our inside, but we will add our embellishments. Now let's go back over here so you guys can see this. We're gonna do our leaves again. That's why I had that one. Put those right like so. I hope I don't confuse you guys too much. 1, 2. Gonna put that one right over there. Now, again, we're gonna put a dimensional. I should have put 2. Not sure why I put it down first. That one's gonna go there. I think that's the reason I put that. And I'm put one over here. And so that this overlaps here so that it can hold it close. See, now I don't need my clothespin. All right. And so what do you guys think? Do you like the dark or do you like the light? Well, this isn't gonna, it's kind of, I use the old olive because that's what's in the designer series paper, but you have your choice of what you want to do. So we're using the gold and white striped ribbon. I was like, where is it? I have all my stuff in my bucket, but I lose it. So this, I have very little of it. It is on back order right now. You know, our ribbons are, they are just going so quick. It's hard to keep them in stock. But this one should be back. I should have checked the date that it would be back, and I didn't. Sorry. But use a glue dot. Just put that right there. And then now we're going to add these beautiful gems, the faceted gems. They are called the pearlized faceted gems. And we're going to put a couple of these ones. Where's the small? I should be using my take your pick tool, right? 2. Why do I do that? I don't know. My take your pick tool is right here anyway. And you could add some more here if you want, but we're gonna open our inside and we're gonna add some in here. And I'm using the these lighter color ones. So I use the darker ones on the outside, and then these lighter ones. You could tell I've used most of the white, so, and then let's put another small one here. And again, if you want to add them anywhere else, you can. Okay, just making sure my card is correct. And then again, this will just tuck under there. This, tuck under here. And there is our card. There is our Fun Fold Friday for this week. Super quick and easy, right? Oh my gosh. But look at the wow factor to it. And you could even add more flowers. I kind of wanted to take the flowers, the colors from the designer series paper. But thank you so much for joining me for Fun Fold Friday today. And I will be back with another video for you next Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to be playing catch up and creating my projects for next week. And you can always join me on Wednesday for Workshop Wednesday. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.